Welcome to Rachel's Reading Room, where we focus on individuality, neurodiversity, and socio-emotional development. Hope you enjoy. Tiny Tantrum, written by Caroline Crowe, illustrated by Ella Okstad. This is Tiny Tantrum when she's getting her own way, like eating lots of chocolate cake, or when it's time to play. But when you try telling Tiny that she has to wash her hair, or tidy up, or go to bed, and she'll scream, "That's not fair!" Windows wobble, jelly shakes, and birds fall out of trees. When Mummy dares to say the words, "Now, put your coat on, please." But one day, just as Tiny stamped and screwed her eyes up tight, a hairy purple monster gave poor Tiny quite a fright. He said, "If you don't put your coat on, then your bottom will get chilly, and girls with frozen bottoms can't have fun, you silly Billy." "Yikes!" she yelled and grabbed her coat. "Who wants a chilly bum?" She held the monster's furry paw and followed after Mum. They kicked through leaves and climbed up trees and slid on icy puddles. When Tiny slipped and hurt her knee, he helped with monster cuddles. The monster's tummy rumbled, so she took him home to eat. But when she saw the broccoli, she stamped her tiny feet. Then over by the cooker, with a chef's hat on his head, stood a monster with an apron on. And this is what he said. "When I eat peas or broccoli, I do a bottom wiggle. Vegetables taste better if you eat them while you giggle." So Tiny ate a little bit. She didn't shout or scream, and Mummy let them have a bowl of chocolatey ice cream. At playgroup, Molly had the trike, so Tiny opened wide. "I want that trike! I want it now!" she screamed till Molly cried. But just as Tiny tried to snatch, she heard a whooshing sound. A monster skidded down the slide and tumbled to the ground. He said, "There are some things that you never share, like hiccup, pants, or snot. But sharing toys helps make new friends and keep the ones you've got." At bedtime, Tiny and her friends were bouncing on the bed when Daddy said it was time to brush her teeth instead. She clenched her fists and screamed and stamped. Then, oh, what a surprise! A monster in pajamas twirled in right before her eyes. He sang, "Brushing teeth's exciting. You don't know what you might find. Some chocolate or a biscuit that got stuck and left behind." Now, Tiny Tantrum's sleepy, and she wants to go to bed. But the monsters are still running round. They want to bounce instead. "It's time for sleep," she says. But now they screw their eyes up tight. "We don't want to go to bed. We want to bounce all night." So Tiny says, "I'll count to 5. You'd better shake a leg." The last one in and snuggled down's a stinky rotten egg. "A stinky egg!" the monsters cry, and jump straight into bed. And Tiny plants a goodnight kiss on every monster's head. When Daddy comes to say goodnight, he doesn't hear a peep. Tiny and her monster friends are tucked up fast asleep. Now, Tiny knows the secret and will share it with you too. Don't waste your time on tantrums. Sing this song we wrote for you. Sometimes things are boring and it makes you want to shout. But don't get cross, just bend your knees and shake your bum about. Give yourself a tickle, flush your tantrum down the loo. Your grump will go and soon you'll get the monster giggles too. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, why not check out my other videos?